Hey, Rita. Got to start your audio.
Got it. I'm gonna get Lindsay set up and disappear.
Okay, Rita. Good
But
seeing
you guys let me know if you need us to do
Okay.
something on Saturday. It's Cindy and there's Patty. So,
Okay.
hi guys. Here's Lindsay. And
Aloha.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey,
Good to
you
see
look
you.
nice and chipper.
Yeah.
Awake for a minute. I yeah, I got over COVID, but I got COVID now.
Oh, do you
What?
really?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Lindsay,
So I'm gonna give it to Rita and go home.
good for you. Share the love. Share the love. So Cindy, I just got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Carrie's leaving.
Who?
Carrie.
Carrie. Oh, the person who does the stuff at the town? Why are they all leaving again?
I don't know if it's public yet. She sent me a note. She said she's got a job with the city of San Jose. So she doesn't have to commute so far. So, which, if that's the real reason, I understand. But
Yeah.
she's the only one that gets anything done down
I've never gotten anybody to even respond to an email. It's been pretty frustrating.
there. Now, Carrie, I mean, I've always had a great relationship with her. Maybe that's it. But she does, yeah, she's very responsive to me, but
That's a loss. That's a big loss.
that's a big loss. I don't think there's any staff members left that I know, that I remember since
No.
I like started volunteering.
No, they're all new. Everybody's new. Everybody I deal with is new.
Justin is there.
Justin, that group is solid. I mean, nobody's quit for maintenance.
I think they just do their own thing,
I do too. I think they're very
in the
independent.
shed. They're not in town center where all the politics are.
They're outdoors all the time.
They're
They've got their own
outdoors,
little cubby hole.
just picking up dog poop, know.
Mowing the grass, putting on their
mowing the
headphones,
grass,
saying
smoking
hi.
the grass.
Yeah, it's a good job. I mean, it's really great. And I really, really appreciate those guys. They're really,
They do a good
nice.
job.
Yeah, they do.
They do a really good job.
So, well, we'll see. I mean, oh my God, that's another person left on. Oh my God.
Mm.
Mia and I haven't been paid for 2 quarters. I call them and ask them, they say, we don't know how. It's like, well, okay, let me know when you figure it out.
Hey, I keep remembering to ask you, do you want me to be the treasurer?
I do. I set up all the accounts and stuff. So my cycle starts in January. I mean, there's no activity now. So I'm going to wait until like January when I put out saying I want donations.
Okay.
I'd love you to take it over. I would love it.
Okay. All right. Happy to do it.
Great. You can do it any way you want to. You don't have to do it the way I did it.
So that means I can take a cut if I want to?
Yes, just don't
Okay.
tell me about it.
All right. I won't.
Hi, Karen.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody?
Are y'all packed, Karen? What time do you leave?
The good news is I don't leave till the afternoon. So
Oh,
the answer
okay.
to your first question is no.
Oh,
But I'm feeling like I can get it done. I'm gotta get some laundry done first and then the packing. So,
Hope you're doing it now. Where are you going, Karen?
Portugal.
Oh, nice, nice. We went.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went like 6 months ago.
Ah,
I think they.
I should have
think they
talked to you
washing
for,
machines in Portugal. Pretty sure
Sorry?
they do. I think they have
I
washing
I have a little thing of woolite that I'm taking with
Good for
me
you.
for Plan
you.
B. Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like John is on here twice.
Yeah, I guess he's
Oh
gonna,
yeah. Well, I tried to access the camera. I'm in LA and I'm in a parking lot somewhere and I was trying to access my camera. So I don't know what happened. But anyway, here I am.
Good.
and you don't want us to see the parking
I-
lot?
You can look at it. It's kind of dark, but
I would not
I'll-
be in a dark parking lot in LA.
I was just going to
Okay.
ask, are you safe?
Are you
I'm very
safe?
safe. I'm at my daughter's apartment.
Oh.
It is as safe
Oh.
as it comes. They have gates and security and cameras. I'm
Okay.
as safe as it could possibly be.
They live in Los Angeles proper?
Near West Hollywood in Hancock Park, if you
Okay.
know
Oh,
LA
oh.
well.
I know it very well. That's where my mother grew up, and just recently the house got sold
Oh, okay.
on South Plymouth Avenue.
I'll look that up.
I spent many holidays there.
Wow.
Okay, looks like we have a quorum.
Great.
No Dave,
No, Dave.
no Dave. I think I need to talk to Dave, but I'll do that. Okay, calling the meeting to order at 7:32. First item is oral communications from the public for any item that is not on the agenda. Is there anybody that wants to speak from the public? I only see Carolyn there. Okay, I'm gonna say that's no. Approval of the minutes from August. I hear any corrections or do I hear?
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
All right.
Thank you. Okay, any new business? I couldn't think of any.
Mm-mm.
I think we got plenty of old business to talk about. Okay, well then, let's jump right in to the to this little thing called Zots and the picnic. So, John, get us started. What's going on with Zots?
Well, I think the only thing that is remaining is we said we were going to have a meeting with the people at the finish line to make sure that we're organized there. I think we have everything we need. You know, all the hats are in. We need to get the registration list from Carrie on Thursday because, you know, I don't know if she's there on Friday, but have that final, whoever's registered, maybe send out one more note saying, you know, registration ends tomorrow at whatever time. I'm not sure when that is.
You know how many people you've got so far?
I don't, because she hasn't sent it in a long time,
Yeah.
right? She used to send it. I mean, we would have gotten it 4 times by now in terms of the account. And so I'll ask her tomorrow. I'll send her or call her tomorrow morning and say, where are we with this?
She's been interviewing, so she's been busy.
Okay. So the front, again, I only have 3 volunteers. We've had more at the starting, but we don't need it. I don't think. I think we're totally set. I just, you know, now kind of accumulated everything such that I don't even think I need anything from Carrie to get the start going. You're going to get on the finish line. You're going to get the generator and the big blow up finish line thing, right? And cones to be able to make sure that people know which way to go. So the only other remaining thing at the finish line, I think, and I is the well, you know, there's the safety part. We can come back to see if there's more there, but is the kind of handing out the trophies and the medals, right? I don't think there's anything else there because we're not doing an ice cream truck or anything. I don't know if there's anybody, like they used to have people there giving out water, like from whatever that physical therapy place is. But I don't even think we're doing that this year, which is fine because they just can stream forward to the town picnic. And so, yeah, I know that Cindy said she'd be at the finish line. My and I'd like her to do the kind of handing out the trophies and
Wait,
Part
who's gonna
because-
be, you said Cindy or Beth?
both
Both.
will be there.
Oh, okay.
So,
Awesome.
and that may be all we need for that part. It's just, it's kind of a critical part because, you know, they, as you know, they come at you and there's a certain element of the safety part of it, which is, you know, an overwhelming, but then now they've kind of come through at high speed in some cases. And now it's like, well, who was in first place by category, and getting them over and getting kind of saying, oh, here's your trophy, and getting a photo with them. And they often want to know what their time is, but you know, you have a timer there, so hopefully they can figure out what their time is, and we don't have to track it. But
Right.
certainly, kind of at least identify, and, you know. And then in terms of there's handing out the medals to everybody, I feel like that's kind of straightforward. You can almost kind of see who's around the finish line and say, "Can you help us do this?" Because it's just you're just handing them to everybody, right? So it's not like there's anything to track. It's sort of like, again, now with the start with the hats, I'm not trying to track anything. I'm just saying, you know, here's a hat.
Yeah.
And
So-
yeah,
Couple of things, John, then. So the
Yeah.
meeting for the finish line, I apologize, I forgot to include you, is
Yeah.
tomorrow at 11.
oh, okay, sounds
Tomorrow.
good.
If you want to join us, we'll be in the maintenance yard with Justin.
Okay,
Um,
good.
And it's to go over exactly what you talked about. You know, we've kind of got it down to a routine now. We know where the
Yeah.
generator's gonna go. Bill's already got the finish line blow up, the timer, gonna make sure everything works. We've actually got 3 Priory students who
Oh,
have
good.
volunteered.
Good.
So along with Cindy and Beth, I think we'll be good at the finish line. In fact, I may steal somebody because I'm a little worried about me down at the picnic, but
Yeah. Well, I don't
So
think you're
next
needed there.
week-
I mean, I think you can go on, because I think what we should just do is I'll get Cindy and Beth set up for the trophies, right?
Okay.
And then again, those 3 kids there, they can be a little bit of safety or directing, but also at least one of them or all 3 of them can be handing out the medals,
medals, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that may be all we need there, because that's actually a fair amount. I mean, that's already like 6 people
Yeah.
at the finish line.
Well, and the other thing, I don't know, last year and years past, we've taken pictures of the winners. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, because then we send it out on the PV forum, right? And
Right.
it's just a way to highlight the whole event again, right? Following it.
So whoever's handing out the trophies either takes a picture or somebody can tag team with them to take the pictures.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just your iPhone. So
Yeah.
I think between Cindy and Beth, you know, as long as they've identified and they've kind of pulled them over or whatever, then
Yeah.
And what
I think
time are you guys going to be there?
Well, I think you have to be there before 10 is the big thing. Because it
Well, you gotta
moves
be
quickly,
there.
right? Yeah.
I
It
have to
almost
get
like
there before the
everybody
road
there
closes.
Between
Well, that's
8:30
true.
and 9. Because you got to set up, you know, you got to blow up the finish line. Because as soon as they close the road, Bill's got to move the finish line into the road, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that happen
Sure.
right at like 9:45.
Yeah. It's just like the
Those bikes
start.
come screaming in right
Right.
out. And make sure that you and Bill coordinate the beginning, the start.
Yeah. I'll call him.
Okay.
And so that that's what happened last. I called him and I just left the phone open so he could hear everything, right? It's hard to miss the horn. So that all sounds good. So yeah, I'll have them, if you're able to get there early, Cindy, to help with not just the trophies and stuff, but helping get the finish line set up.
Yeah, I have to
That would
get
be
there
great.
early because I
Yeah.
can't get there if I don't go early.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'll be there by 9:30. I usually come down.
That'd be great.
Okay. sounds
So I
good.
should be at that meeting tomorrow?
No, you don't have to.
No, I don't need to be there.
No.
It'll be clear to me what I'm doing.
Yeah, Bill will tell you what to do.
Oh my God.
John, if you want to be there, you can join us. Oh, but you're in LA. Never mind. Okay. Anything else on the
All right.
slots? Okay, good.
I don't think
Town
so.
picnic, things are going well. Everything for the picnic is just set up. What has kind of been the work this past week has been the 60th anniversary booth, which I've been working on with the Historic Resources Group. And it keeps growing. So it's gotten pretty, actually, it's going to be pretty exciting. But, and we are taking Karen's suggestion. Thank you. We're doing a walkthrough of 60 years of Portola Valley history. We've got pictures that we've blown up and memorabilia and just and a really fun little place to kind of walk through. Judith Haskell is going to make a speech at noon. The band is going to start at 11:30. They're going to take a break at noon. Judith is going to give a little speech. Welcome. Happy 60th anniversary. Please go see the booth, blah, blah. And then, you know, the picnic just kind of goes on from there. We've got the robotics team set up. They're very excited. Food trucks, committee booths. We've got more committee booths this year than we've ever had. Got the ponies, we got the inflatables, got a finger paint or face painting. Oh man, it's gonna be great. I just am worried about the weather.
What's the forecast right now?
Well, the forecast says it's going to be sunny in the afternoon, but you know, the picnic starts at 11, and the past couple of days, 11 o'clock has been kind of windy and cold.
Oh,
So I'm just a little worried,
so
but
it's fine
you
for
know, you
me.
can't control that.
Yeah, it says it's 7, sun will be out at 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Well, well,
I trust it.
you do?
I do.
Okay, well, I'll hold you to that.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think everything is going with the picnic, unless anybody has any questions or comments.
Patty?
Yeah.
Not to create more work for the historic committee, and I don't know if the town would do it, but it would, I think it'd be really great to have some sort of follow-up write-up with photos that would go out via town channels. And I don't, as I said, I don't want to put any work on it, but even like a picture of Judith giving the presentation and a picture of the booths, and maybe, you know, I just think it would be nice to you know, to commemorate it in writing.
I think that's a great suggestion. And I think, yeah, I think we should do it. I haven't forgotten your suggestion request to kind of reset it up at picnic for those that would not be able to see it, to be able to do it. And we're still working on that. So we don't really have a solution. I'm going to talk to the Friends of the Library. Cindy, Karen had maybe thought about we could set it up in the library somewhere. But I'll think about that. Just trying to get it done right now. Okay, anything else on thoughts in the picture?
Just real quick about the weather. That's what we thought would happen on Sunday for our softball championship game. And because it was very cool. And so I thought we'd lose 50 or 100 people, but there were more people this year than there had ever been out there. There was a couple hundred, I would say. And so I wouldn't worry too much. They seem to, at least what I can tell you is last Sunday they show up anyway, and the weather is looking better for this Saturday than it was. And I'm only bringing this up to note that Dave Bailey's team won the championship.
Oh,
So
good Dave.
that way I could fit this under this agenda item without a new agenda item. That the first time in their team history they won the champ. So they are reigning champions for a year.
Wow.
I think they have a booth at the picnic with the trophy.
What colored team won this year? What was the team name? David?
Buzzkills.
Are they a certain color?
They're bright yellow, neon. I'd say neon yellow.
And what
Okay.
position does Dave play?
Dave does everything. He manages, he pitches, he bats, he plays in the field, does everything. Right, Dave? Go ahead. Now tell us all about it. This is under this agenda.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
see,
he's
he
lost.
just, now he doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
There,
Awesome. That's big.
bring it to
Yes.
the picnic, Dave. Oh, you won't be there. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, John, you know, the only reason people showed up for the softball game is because you had all that free beer left over
That's
from
right.
being
Yeah, that's
It's the ice cream truck.
Yeah, no, we had
That's-
an ice cream. We had a great barbecue, and again, the ice cream truck is definitely a big draw. It was a line of like
I
30
don't want to hear
at
about the
all
ice.
times.
I
I
don't
know, I
want to
know.
talk about the, I don't want to talk
Right.
about the ice cream truck.
You know, the Mr. Softy. It was great.
Softy sucks. Okay, anything else? All right,
Nope.
good luck, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes,
Okay,
good luck, everybody. I'm not gonna be there. I'm sorry.
I know. David and Karen are gonna do everything next year.
Well, I have only committed to the dunk tank.
Well, that's big.
Uh,
That's really big. Because you gotta find the people that want to get dunked. That's the. Okay, moving along, game night update.
Okay, I bought a game night for 30 so that we could do a test. And I didn't want to do it until after the picnic, so I'm thinking sometime in October because I also don't want to do it during the holidays because we're shooting for a January event. So the only thing I need to know is if I want to do it in the community hall, you know, into the community center, how do I do that? Do I just ask you and we reserve it?
Yeah, we'll just,
Yeah,
Mm.
so I was gonna say maybe we should pick some potential dates to check with Carrie and see if they're available. Right? Because I don't think we've picked a date.
No, I wouldn't pick the date until I knew when I was free.
well, night.
I'll send some
nights-
dates out and
Would it
see
be
what y'all say.
nighttime? Would it be nighttime or daytime?
I would say nighttime because that's when I think we'd have it, right?
Yeah, nighttime. I mean, there shouldn't be.
And I
any
don't know whether
conflict.
it should be a weekend or a weeknight.
Well, doesn't matter. I mean, it's up to the people that you get to test. don't think
Wait,
they'll
are
be
you,
happy.
wait, Cindy, you're talking about. Are you talking about picking a date to test it? Or are you talking about
Test it.
picking a date to hold it? Oh, I'm
Test it.
talking about picking a date to hold it so that we reserve the room at community hall. Sorry.
Oh, well,
Okay. Because
don't
we
know.
can,
don't you want
Yeah.
to see if we even like it?
we can always cancel it, but if we want to do a Saturday night, we're better off reserving it sooner than later in case somebody else wants it for a private party. That's all I was thinking.
Oh, I see.
How often do we have those there?
I don't know, but I have been to private parties there before and they usually hold them on the weekend.
All right.
I would say the middle of the month, the 11th or the 18th, Saturday night.
How much do we care about PV school district calendars?
That and Martin Luther King weekend too, right?
Yeah,
That's the 20th.
yep.
Okay.
What's on the 17th? Oh, it's the end of the
And
semester.
when is the Super Bowl?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not till,
February sometime, isn't it?
February?
It's probably
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, it was last year. Let's see.
I kind of like the 25th.
February 9th.
The 18th would be Martin Luther King, like a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
So,
or
Maybe-
the 11th, right? 1/11, right? Like the 11th or the 25th, maybe?
I'm
It
thinking
has
the
to be the 11th
25th.
or the 25th.
People get back from the holidays.
People, they're back on the 5th, that Sunday. We have the 2 weeks off before that. We have like the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's.
I could just check and see if
Check those
the
two
11th
dates.
or the 25th is taken already. Why don't I do that?
Yeah.
That sounds great. Thank you. And then as far as the test goes, if you give me the playlist, if it's easy for you to do, I can download them on Spotify. All I have to do is punch in the name and
I know, I
and
have it
doesn't.
too. I have it
Oh, you
too.
do? Oh,
I do.
okay.
Or do
Okay.
they just give you access to a playlist or something?
Give
Or
me a PDF, yeah.
oh, they just say like, here's the playlist. and
Here's
you-
the playlist, and then we have to decide things like how long are we playing each song? We have
Oh,
to decide
okay.
if we have teams or no teams, if we
Okay.
have, if people, there's just a whole bunch of little decisions
Got
in
it.
this music bingo scenario.
You know,
Yep.
as I was reading 60 Years of the Almanac, which I have done, I should
That's
have.
why you got volunteer of the year.
What?
I said, that's why you got volunteer of the year.
Yeah, right. I'll go back, maybe I should go back and find it. There actually was a night called Bingo Singo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Parks and Rec. It was like 70s or 80s, but it was a Bingo Singo night. So I just wanted to mention that.
Clearly, it must have been a big success
The
because it
second
continued on
Sesqui-
for years and years.
Sesquicentennial bingo singo night.
And if there's
I guess they didn't
anything
do it quite right.
you want to know about the town's 60 years of history, you just ask me.
Awesome.
Okay, all right, anything else?
Do you know, Patty, when Zots the Toss was first ran? Did you see that in there? I was thinking about sending something to Nancy because
Yeah,
every year I lead with that and I make up a number. Like it's the 44th year of Zots the Toss. The
No.
next year I go, it's the 42nd year. Anyway,
It was on our list.
okay,
I'll find, 1978.
1978, awesome.
Was that the first picnic or the first Tots to Tots?
No, First Thoughts. Picnic came before that.
All right, we've skipped a year, but nonetheless, I'm going to still stick with that. 1978. Was that your birth year, Dave? Is that what that was all about?
No, I'm like, how does
1970.
Patty just have that?
Oh, yeah. 46. All right, good. I was in the
Wow.
ballpark.
We're gonna have
No.
to have a big 50th celebration.
There you go.
Okay, Hawthorns.
Okay, there was a Mid-Penn meeting today, that was the presentation of the POG recommendations, if you recall, from June, that went to Mid-Penn's Planning and Natural Resources Group. So if, really quickly, they covered what the POG recommendations were, and Planning and Natural Resources discussed it. Same comments came up from, that came up in the POG discussion. But if you want, at the at the end of this meeting, the PNR approved to take this forward. And one of the changes in there is there's going to be a meeting set up with Mid-Penn and the ad hoc Hawthorns Committee group of Portola Valley. So we're following up on that. And then there will be a meeting with the town, a joint meeting with the town council and the planning commission. And then they'll go back with comments to the board. And do you guys want a review of things? Because I'd be happy to sort of quickly remind you where we're at and what will come up in the sessions. You want me to share my screen? Oh, I can't.
Well, to the extent that we can we keep it to the?
Yeah.
Because
well, from the,
is the
okay,
parking lot.
I didn't know, then I'll just tell you the parks. So basically there was a main trail that's a little over a mile long, and that's approved to move forward. And then the second loop, if you will, that goes closer to the Sweet Springs Trail and up to the top where you can see some of the ranch houses, that recommendation is to delay offering that trail until there's more data about how many people are visiting the park and, to what extent there might be people going onto the Sweet Springs Trail and such. The trail is multi-use, so it's for pedestrians, bikes and horses. And there's a couple. Oh, you're muted.
And dogs on leash.
And dogs on leash. Yes, dogs on leash. And there's a couple of places where you can get there from the Alpine Trail, not just from the main parking area, if you will. The issue with widening the Alpine Trail is still up for a discussion with the town. It's not something that's included in their plans, and I think they're looking to the town to contribute to it somehow. So they're waiting for that discussion. They know that that's an issue. And then the parking alternatives that will be moving forward are the last two parking alternatives, which if you will think that you're looking at the Hawthorne's property from the other side of the street, one entrance, potential entrance is at the current three-way stop, and the parking lot would be to the left. So you would go in at the stop sign and then go to the left. I'm happy to pull up these diagrams. And the other option would be that you go in the current ranger station driveway, the one that is used today, and you go to the right. So the parking areas are more or less in the same place, but the entrances would be different. So those will get discussed. Are there any questions, or do you want to see the diagram? I'm happy to pull it up. Okay,
Can we just vote now?
we don't,
Sorry, can we not?
We don't-
I know, I'm only
We
kidding.
don't have.
I'm only
a vote.
kidding. I'm only kidding. The,
and
can we not do it at the three-way stop sign? It's such a mess there anyway.
well,
The-
so John, there's gonna be a meeting with the two meetings that I know of that'll be really town meetings that will be public, where residents should definitely speak up. And one would be now with this ad hoc committee meeting that I'm trying to find more out about. And then the other one will be when it goes to the town council and planning committee. And this is prior to Mid-Penn approving it and then submitting their final plan for permitting. So when that we'll keep you apprised, but when that comes up, definitely speak up and share your opinion. But we really want everybody to chime in on what they think.
You know, when
So-
I was, just a personal point of view, when I was putting out the sandwich boards for the road closures, I put one at the corner, that corner of the three-way stop. I stood there for about 5 minutes and the traffic was insane.
Yep,
I mean, even cars were not stopping. I mean.
I know. Bicycles don't stop.
Bicycles don't stop. I just think that's so dangerous. And I'm so worried that that's the one they just pushed in at the last minute.
mean,
And it didn't get a tour. It didn't get, in my humble opinion, the due diligence that it needed. I just think that's a very dangerous place.
Yeah, can we? I don't think we should put it at a place where we hire somebody to stand there to make sure the children don't get run over, right? There's a person there that watches for the children to cross.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
Oh, I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate on that, because that definitely came up in the discussion. And the times of use for the Hawthorne's property are mostly on the weekends, and certainly not in the mornings at 8 a.m. So
Or
there
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Or
or
3
well,
p.m.
or
That's the bigger air time.
well, so there might be some of that, but again, this was looked at, and that was sort of why they ended up moving forward with it. But again, this is all coming to the town
Yep.
in a couple meetings, and and so this is the time that townspeople should definitely share their opinions.
Yep.
Somebody's
Carol?
got their hand up.
Yeah, Carolyn, do you have something to say?
Great. Thank you for pointing it out. I mean, it's ridiculous that intersection of Alpine and Portola Road is yeah, it's a problem. And right now the school district is using crossing guards to make it safe for the kids after school. It's a half an hour, 3:30 or something, to cross there. But otherwise, it's insane. So I just wanted to fill you in. We were supposed to have a joint meeting with the bike, pedestrian and conservation, and it didn't happen. that was before your meeting tonight. It was supposed to be in one of the town hall centers. It didn't happen because we were there, the bike and pedestrian were there. The trails didn't come, and trail committees didn't come, and there was no quorum for the conservation.
That was the
a
6
big
o'clock
problem.
meeting? The 6 o'clock
No, this
meeting?
was,
did not
yeah, the
happen.
6 o'clock for the Stanford Wedge. And basically it is because half of the stuff that needs to be discussed was not in the package. And that's what we found out, through the meeting. But then half of the room was filled with Stanford representatives. It's sad. But anyway, to come back to your thing, yes, it's a big problem. I don't know how we're going to solve it. When we did that walk and conservation and BPCS was with us during that walk in the fall when we had rains, there's a big drainage problem at that location, at the new entrance that they want, number 10. And now with Howard Young gone, I don't know how they're going to solve that issue, because Howard Young said, well, they have to solve that, and then we can improve that intersection. It's a big mess. I don't know. Right now, number 10 seems the safest, but then we still have to discuss how traffic will be able to be possible, because you can only have a left turn into the parking lot. And we don't have enough space to put a middle lane where you can, like you have at our Stradero by Alpine Inn. I was told tonight, that an engineer, they
I need you to wrap
had
it up.
elections for, I'm sorry?
I need you to wrap it up.
Yeah. We need an engineer, because when you look at the municipal codes that we go by, we need a traffic engineer in our town. So that's what it is. Nothing
Okay.
can be done without him. So
Thanks for your comments. Okay, Karen, anything else on Hawthorne's?
No,
Is there-
that's it. I just am hoping that when we have these meetings that will involve the town, that we do get the more residents engaged. So,
Let me know if there's anything you want me to do while you're gone.
no, we're good. We're good for now. Thank you, though. I will be asking you for something later.
I thought about you this weekend. I almost sent you something to do. And I figured you were doing laundry. If I'd have known you were not doing your laundry, I would have given you something to do. Okay, courts. Let's talk about the courts.
I haven't
Uh,
done much on that.
What?
I haven't done much on that other than the nets. We're working on the nets first.
Yeah, well, let me start then. So I sent a note to Sharif, who evidently has been out sick. I don't know if that's sick quotes, air quotes, or sick, unsick, because there's been like 3 town council meetings to discuss his performance, but we won't go there. He finally did respond to me. So I asked him, I wanted to follow up on what we had talked about in the last meeting, which was we wanted to bring a proposal to the town to potentially propose that court number 1 be made a permanent pickleball court. And that we wanted to discuss what that process would look like. Can he make the decision? Do we have to go to the town council, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So I have not had a chance to talk to Sharif. He did reach out, tell me he was not feeling well, and he would schedule a meeting when he got back in the office. So there's been no further movement on the permanent pickleball court. However, Sydney, that's your cue.
Oh, however, okay, so our nets need replacing pretty badly. I mean, they're shredding because they're not outdoor nets. And so a couple of players and I have gone out and looked at nets all over the various and sundry pickleball places. And we found a company that is new and it's making outdoor nets, which is what we need. The nets we currently have are indoor nets being used outdoors. That's why they're rusting and why they're not holding up. So the nets, for example, that are used by Palo Alto cost $2,500. These nets are comparable. They're lighter weight. They won't damage the courts, and they are half the price, less than half the price. They're $12.75 a net. So we wanted to just go and buy those because I can raise the money pretty easily to get 4 nets. But we wanted to ask the town if that was all right for me to replace, because the town gave us those, the current rolling nets. And so can I just replace them? I don't know. So I asked Patty, and Patty wrote to Sharif, and Sharif was like, oh, pickleball is so popular, it's so great, the town should pay for the nets. So I got an invoice and we sent it to Sharif, and that's where it is.
So can I just want to interject with something. When I went to the finance committee meeting,
Uh-huh.
the most recent one, probably been to the most couple recent ones, and they're looking at recommendations. And also they reviewed the finances of the town. And one of the suggestions that I did make at the meeting was that the revenues, because it shows expenses for Parks and Rec. And then, of course, there's no associated revenues from Parks and Rec. And I did ask that as we move forward in the future, we would like to be able to have a line item that shows the revenues that we're getting from league fees
Oh,
and
yeah.
other things like that. Now, it was a request made orally in a meeting. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I think it would be nice to kind of have if we're gonna be charged costs to Parks and Rec, to be able to show how we're offsetting those. So just FYI
That's a
related.
really good thing. I hope they
That's a
do it.
good point. I didn't mention that, but in my email to Sharif, I also brought that up as well. I showed him the amount of, I didn't talk about league fees, but I talked about the amount of revenue that Cindy had reviewed with us at the last meeting that pickleball is bringing to the town, and the fact that we should be able to spend some of that money for new nets.
Yeah.
He happened to agree. So I agree wholeheartedly, and I will continue to push that. Yeah.
Hey, Kara, when they do Parks and Rec expenses, are they just talking about the Parks and Rec budget, basically? So the town picnic and Zots the Tots and things like that? Or, because there's actually much broader costs that are also
It's-
not included.
So the answer to that is, I don't know. It was just a line item that said Parks and Rec or Parks. I can't remember what it was, but it was expenses. And my assumption was it was related to like field maintenance.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I really don't know the answer to that. And I
No,
think that's
no.
something that as we move forward, we should try to get our accounting so we know,
Yep.
you know, if we're breaking even, or we're bringing in a little bit of revenue to the town, or
Patty,
know,
you gotta
Patty
hit
has
the
her hand
button.
up. Patty has her hand up.
Patty, no, there's a button on Zoom. You have to hit the raise your hand button.
I don't want to interrupt Karen.
Okay.
She always has something insightful to say. No, so that line item is Parks and Rec only. The field, maintenance for the fields and things like that, that's all buried under Public Works.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, Patty, that amount was, I'm gonna go back and look, but I think it was well over $100,000, which is not what our budget is.
Well, the field.
Do you see what I'm saying? Is this was
Yeah, no,
the,
That's a fair, well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would trust that line item, number one.
well, I hope we are,
Mhm.
because we're approving that budget. That was from 2021. That's from the
That's not the
2021
budget.
audit.
But that's not the budget I submitted for Parks and Rec.
No,
So
this is,
in past, okay, let's take this off.
yeah.
okay.
I mean, just, you know, the biggest expenses, we know, we went through this a long time ago, is water and the labor that basically that team in the maintenance area, you know, if you add up how many guys are there's 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Times whatever. So you're talking $500,000 or something in that range, plus another, I don't know what it is, call it $500,000 for water, and then, you know, equipment. And so it's in the millions of dollars is the reality but that's maintaining our, you know, kind of our entire environment. not just necessarily to play sports on it. But anyway, okay, we should get into that at some point.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so just to wrap up the town court, I'm still waiting to talk to Sharif, but we are moving ahead, hopefully. You know, I did point out to him that I know the town finances are such that spending $5,000 on new nets not be seen in a positive light to a lot of people that are tracking the financials. And I did say pickleball club is willing to pay for them. He came back and he said, look, pickleball serves a very, very large number of our residents. He approved the $5,000. So I think we're moving ahead with that. Okay.
Yep.
Off leash boundary.
Okay, we have had, the survey went out on September 1st, and we have had 273 responses, which is fabulous. And I will tomorrow send out another reminder on the forum, and it's on the front page of the our site, and Carrie sent out an email about it too. But I will tell you, there's tremendous interest in the dog park, and I'm going to share with you very preliminary high-level results. Okay, so let me go to the right.
Not a park, right? It's not a park. It's a trail you're talking about. I mean, I thought
No,
You actually
no,
wanna-
this is the survey. This is the survey.
no, but you
and
keep
remember-
calling it a dog park, but I thought we
I'm
were-
sorry, an off-leash dog area.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you for the correction. No, it may not be, it may be a trail, it may not be. We don't know at this point in time. Thank you for the correction.
And this
Okay.
has come up again and again in 60 years of Portola Valley history. I just want you to know that too.
Yes. So, as of last night, let's see if I can get this working. We did put in a question because we wanted to make sure we were talking to Portola Valley residents. And as you can see, over 90% of the people responding are Portola Valley. And this would include Vista Verde and Los Trancos, but there are also people that said they lived in Ladera, or they said San Mateo County, and we can probably assume those are people in our sphere of influence. So that's good. I'm very happy to see that this is mostly Portola Valley. And in general, you can see that almost 80% are in favor of the off-leash dog area. And bear in mind, this does include people who don't own dogs. And we're going to go to that one now. We have over 50% of the respondents own dogs, and a quarter of the people responding do not own a dog. So we can start to break the answers down if we want between those. And here's, oh wait, did I just go backwards? Yep. Thank you. We then asked, do you ever let your dogs off leash in certain areas? And if you, so it's almost 50% said, yes, I do. And you have to bear in mind that if you take out this group of I don't own a dog, it's much higher.
Yeah.
Right? So we can see that that's definitely happening. And we said, where do you do that? And the bulk of the people, well, I shouldn't say the
Yeah.
bulk, because you could check all that apply, but the biggest usage is the town center area, followed by Corte Madera School. And then the town hiking trails, a lot of people are letting their dogs off leash, Ormondale. And we can see that Rosati's and Ford Field are not used as much, but there are people that go there.
We're,
Did I skip a question? Hang on.
we're,
5? No,
did
yeah.
we, just, make a difference between town hiking trails and mid-peninsula, open space trails?
No, we're really looking to see if people are using, if trails is an alternative.
Right, I guess, were they using town trails or are they using, Windy Hill trails? We don't have a way to do it. That's fine.
We don't know
Oh.
that. There are people that wrote in things, but again, that's just one-offs,
Yeah.
so. And then we asked about the hours, and you can see that the main hours are before 11 or between 3 and 7. So as we're thinking about offering this off-leash dog area, that may be something to consider, is having hours when it's open. Okay, next one, number 7. Boy, my screen is super sensitive. Okay. This was essentially what are the features that you would want, and as you can see, the biggest area is a large enough space to be able to throw a dog, throw a ball and have the dog run, and parking accessibility, garbage cans, and you know, you can sort of take it by there. But Dave, to your question, having the trail is less important than a lot of these other things.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
second one is a fenced-in area,
Yeah.
which we are
Yes, I'm sorry.
not
Yeah,
providing. That's interesting.
I'm sorry, Patty, I missed what you said.
I just said the second most requested item is a fenced-in area, which we are not thinking of providing.
I'm surprised how low mowed grass field is, honestly.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, and I think though, I'm gonna just throw this out here because we're brainstorming ideas that we'll do after we're sort of done assessing demand is, John had mentioned Rosati's Field before 11, and you get a big area with a fence. So, there might be things that do meet those standards if we, sort of expand our thinking a little bit. And then this question was, why would you support the off-leash area? And as you can see, this is pretty much even. Safety issues, sanitary issues, allowing for large groups of people to congregate with their dogs, and socialization for the dogs actually was the highest one. And then this complying with the legal requirement doesn't seem to be of as, I mean, it's important, but it's not as important
No, it's
as
not.
these other
it's not.
issues. Because I
break
think
the law.
everybody's already
Yeah.
doing it, if you
We're gonna
will.
break the
I'm,
law.
yeah, yeah. And, oh, and that is it in terms of the questions. And then the question 9 was an open-ended, why would you not support it? And there's a tremendous amount of response that I don't know how we're going to categorize it. My thought is that we're going to share there, because they're all anonymous answers. We will just share the text with everybody and everybody can read through it. And then the last question is, would you like to be contacted to talk further? And we've had about 50 people say yes and leave their contact information. And I've made it through about 25, I've made it through about, sorry, I'm trying to stop screen sharing, 25 calls. People are very, I think one of the good things about talking to people individually is I think that they may feel more comfortable telling you about things than they might if we have a meeting and people come and have to speak in public. So I think that's very good. But also a lot of folks have said, oh, I just said you could contact me if you wanted to talk about it. So they didn't necessarily understand the question. But Patty, what I was going to say is, if we can chat tomorrow morning, I'll show you that I've just been creating a call log and entering the input in there. And I also I think it's okay if I do it when I get back, because the survey officially closes September 30th. And we might have some time, but it might be good to make some of those calls now because we may get more people that want to be contacted.
Okay, let's talk tomorrow
So,
morning.
so that's basically the update.
Good.
Any questions? Oh, Dave has a question. His hand is up.
Yeah. Is sanitary issues just code for keeping poop off playing fields?
I believe so. Let me see
Okay.
what the actual question was worded.
In
Or
which
how,
case,
what
like
it
the
said.
Rosati's field is kind of breaks that a little bit.
it says sanitary issue, helps keep other areas free of fecal matter.
Yeah.
So yes,
So it is code for poop while playing fields. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Or, on the field next to the library,
Yeah.
remember,
Okay.
not just playing fields, so.
So urine is okay.
So what?
It was a bad comment.
I'm all for bad comments. I just didn't hear it.
Said urine is all right.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter that we're.
Doesn't stick to your
Yeah.
shoes bad. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well, great job, Karen. Yeah, let's talk in the morning and I can do stuff at the town picnic. I just can't do anything before the town picnic.
yeah. I mean, I
Okay,
think since we said we would reach out to them, we should make an attempt,
Yeah.
but I've called and left messages and left other ways to get in touch with me. And quite honestly, if they can respond to me now because we've reached out, but I don't think I'm going to keep calling after the first try. So,
And I've had 0 questions as a contact. I
oh,
don't know if
good.
that means I'm not approachable or whatever, but I do have that problem.
Yeah. I will say this is one of the hot topics in town, though. I mean, in terms of getting resident engagement, this seems to do it.
The problem is we're gonna lose a mayor that wants to see it done. So I haven't talked to Judith about it. I guess I should do that. Anyway, okay, thank you, Karen. All
Mhm.
right, the last 3 things are things that I don't have any updates on. So, any questions on the last 3 items or any other items that we need to talk about?
Last 3 or last 4?
What?
He said
Sorry,
last 3 or 4.
Last
You know
3.
what? I do have a question back on PV Pazingo. Do we want to set a time to test it? A date?
I'd like to do that in October sometime. I mean, we can. I'm kind of, let's see.
Bad idea.
My preference is to try to schedule something because I think things seem to fill up quickly. So,
Well, our Parks and Rec is on the 15th. What would you think maybe about doing it like before the Parks and Rec meeting? Meeting down
like-
at the,
That's
Meeting.
I'm gone a lot of that.
but you're gone on the 15th?
No, I'm gone a lot before the 15th. I mean, I just have,
But what do we need to do to prepare for it?
all the playlist.
I'm gonna get some volunteers. I'm gonna just get some volunteers. I need to set up a speaker. I need to get the room. I just
Oh.
wanna,
Do you need a
uh,
speaker? Or you just need like
oh,
a Bluetooth thing.
I thought we were just gonna play the game. You want to set the
are.
whole thing up? No, but I mean,
well, I'd
do we
certainly
need?
like to test it to see what it sounds like in there with whatever it is we have. I would like to, yeah, I would like to test it.
Oh, okay,
How
then
many
we need to
people
get the
would you
room from
get in
Carrie.
soon?
Yeah.
Okay,
So how about a weeknight?
That's why I said 15th.
A Wednesday night, maybe?
You didn't like the 15th.
because we're all at the meeting, so I think that's what Patty was suggesting is we're all.
Oh, have it at the meeting, do a test that night?
Yeah, pre-meeting.
Like started at 5,
Meeting.
start the test like at 6 o'clock. Do it for an
Oh,
hour.
but the 15th is a Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm sorry, you don't know where I am. I'm in Oakland.
oh, okay.
I'm a grandma now. I babysit
That's right.
Mondays and Tuesdays,
That's
so
right,
I
you
wouldn't
are.
be able to get there until 7.
Well, we
and
could do
so-
the Parks and Rec meeting on another night.
Can you?
Sure.
Or I
Or
could
another
do, maybe I
night.
could do the
We
Wednesday.
could do the 22nd. We'd have the Parks and Rec meeting on the 22nd. Oh, it doesn't matter. Tuesdays, you're still in Oakland.
Never mind.
I'm always in Oakland.
We
Yeah,
could do Parks and Rec meeting on Thursday, the 17th. And do it before that,
I could do a Wednesday night, any Wednesday night.
okay? 16th, 23rd.
16th's fine. Nanny,
If we reschedule the Parks and Rec meeting to the 16th, well, Cindy, I mean, is that what you want? Is that okay with you to use this team as a test?
Yeah, but I'll get some other people, some people, like I'd like Mike Chang there and Bao. I'd like people who like music that, testing him to see if he'd like to be the guy who runs it.
You think about 20
Gosh.
people or something, maybe 10, 12?
So,
I think 10. 10 would be good.
do you think you don't think that we can run it?
Yeah, I do think we can. I just think it'd be fun to have somebody fun do it.
Oh,
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
He's just really cool.
Um,
The way, if you don't know him, it's, don't you think, John, wouldn't he be perfect?
He'd be perfect.
Perfect, I know. I mean, it's just,
He,
he
he's
may not
actually
want
gonna,
to,
well, he's
but
gonna
yes,
have a
of course we can
trial
do it.
run too, because he's gonna do the
Ellen.
trivia night too at Alpine, but
Tell
help
him
some
that
practice.
He has to join the Parks and Rec committee.
Oh, does he? To run it?
Yeah,
I can do that. I can talk him back into that where he was going to, and then we said, well, I don't know, he's got to be really involved, and but sounds like he is these days. So I can make him run at that, especially because I am not going to be very available for a very long time now.
I was gonna say, John,
Yeah,
You're leaving us.
So you
I
need
know.
to
Even
find-
even the
you
next
need to
2 or
find
3
your own
meetings.
Replacement.
Okay,
John.
Okay,
I'll
so I'll
talk to
just
Mike
get-
Find your own
Chang.
replacement.
So, okay, so we'll plan it for Wednesday, the 16th, right? Around 5 o'clock?
Um,
Oh, wait. Good. Karen has. her-
well, I have a commitment on that night, but I guess
Oh.
I'll just not go or something.
No, you should
So,
be there.
no, I mean, I'll just not,
How about the
uh,
23rd?
the 23rd. I'm gone. So you know what,
We could video it.
make it for when you can and I'll see what I can do. And I might just back out of this other
Well, Cindy, why
commitment
don't you
I
reach
have.
out to Mike and see when he might be available? See
Okay,
if he's
I'll do that.
interested.
Yeah,
And
get the
let's
fun
just-
guy.
Let's go, let's go from here.
Okay,
Yeah, I do have something on Wednesday, the 16th, though.
so 16th. So I'm gonna be looking at Wednesdays. I can also do Thursdays, but I think I can't do Monday, Tuesday, and I think Friday's a bad day. So we'll do a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Patty, one thing is we've announced that we're gonna present the survey stuff on the 15th.
Yeah.
Not that that matters, but that 16th is difficult for me.
Well,
To
I
have-
think we could still keep the meeting on the 15th if we have.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll find out and I'll try and get 10 people so that we have like 2 tables of 5 to do this test. I think that'd work good. Okay, good. I'll work on that.
Okay, anything else? Well, this is gonna be a record.
Woohoo!
Have a motion to adjourn.
I move we
Move to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Second,
Second.
Thank you, Lindsay.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
thanks,
Wow.
good night.
1
Thanks,
hour,
everybody.
Way to go,
Wow, 1 hour. Wow.
Killed it.
routine.
Wow. I'm impressed, Patty. Oh, they left.
Oh, well,
Okay, bye.
bye,
everybody.
bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Answer 7, number 2. 4.